Sir, thank you so much for joining us. I know you want to talk about Hunter Biden, and I do want to get your opinion on that, but I want to start first with
5 minutes later.
Let me ask you about Hunter Biden, as promised. What's your take on the charges today?
About damn time. I don't know what took the Department of Justice so long.
Why don't you think it happened 5 years ago when President Trump was president?
Well, first of all, I can't speak to that because the Attorney General at the time, Bill Barr, and his team was looking at this. They sent this to David Weiss, who was the person looking into this. And by the way,
And there you have it. The proof's in the pudding. These people are just corrupt to the core. Before we dive into this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you guys could please share so we can get the word out there. Look at Byron Donalds made the mistake of going on MSNBC, right? He goes to show his face on there and she suckers him in. Here, listen, I know you want to get into Hunter, but let's talk about this other thing and then we'll get into it, right? And they end up talking about the government shutdown and a couple other questions. And I put that little segment in there to hurry up and get to the end. It's literally 5 minutes until they finally get back. And she's like, you know what? Now I'm going to reward you for talking about what I wanted you to talk about. Now here's your chance. And he goes to talk and they cut him off.
They sent this to David Weiss, who was the person looking into this. And by the way,
I couldn't believe it. I had to watch back. I said, man, maybe there's a glitch. Maybe the video didn't load up all the way. Nope. And like I said, at the end of this, you guys can go down below in the link. I'll put it down there so you can see it for yourselves. Completely cut this dude off. They said, you know what? That's enough. We heard enough out of you. You're going to start making some valid points. It's time to shut you up. These people are just corrupt to the core. So now you have Hunter finally getting indicted after 5 years, really. And we're not going to look into all the taxes and all the laundering. We're not going to look into all that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about this gun charge. It took 5 years to find out that he lied on this form, and it carries a sentence now. It's been upgraded to 15 years. That's what it is. That's what it would be for you and I. If I went out and bought a Barrett 50 cal, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Or whatever. Go out and buy, a 44 Magnum, right? I'll go out and buy this gun, and I go into the store and I fill out the form and I lie. I'm actually doing meth and all this other stuff that I have no business doing. And I lie on the form and it says, are you doing any kind of illegal substances or anything like that? And I say no, when that's not the case. And I found out that I lied on that form. That's the standard. That's what I have to be held to. But if you're Hunter, it's completely different. And this is what everybody's talking about. You guys want to make all these crazy strict gun rules, but they do not apply to yourselves. All these laws you guys want to completely infringe on the second, but you guys don't even follow by them. You see how this all works, and people are finally starting to see it for what it really is.
Bullshit.
And the reason they're bringing this gun charge, as well as they should be with a myriad of a whole bunch of other things, is this doesn't implicate Joe at any point in time. So that's why they want to go this route. We're not going to look at the laundering and all this other stuff, all these other allegations, right? They're just allegations. But it's kind of funny. They say, hey, nothing, but they finally given up that Hunter's made all this corrupt money and all that. They already announced, like, hey, listen, it's over $20 million. We're throwing our hands up. You guys were right about that. But there's no proof that Joe was ever involved. Really? And here's a text from old Hunter. I hope you all can do what I did and pay for everything for this entire family for 30 years. It's really hard, but don't worry. Unlike Pop, I won't make you give me half your salary. Unlike Pop. So unless Pop is Jill Biden, and who dresses Jill Biden? I'll talk about all the time Stevie Wonder. We'll be jamming into the break, man. I love Stevie Wonder, so he makes some really great music. But he can't pick out no clothes, and he must be picking out all of her outfits. What does she wear majority of the time? Joe should say, listen, I know I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't even know where we're at. I don't know what day of the week it is. But you cannot walk out the house like that. He needs to defend her and stand up more for her and say, listen, fire Stevie, that's enough of him. You have to dress yourself or I'm going to have to take control. Any loving husband would actually do that. But back to the facts at hand. So unless she's Pop, and I'm pretty sure Pop is Joe, Isn't that implication right there? Doesn't that show it? He's already admitting right here that he's giving half the salary to Joe, with a whole bunch of myriad of other things that we've seen in emails, photos, voice memos, all this stuff. So they know that they're just trying to prolong the inevitable. But look at Byron Donalds. He finally waits. He answers all the question that this host wants him to answer. It gets finally to the end. She says, here's your treat for being so great to me. Now it's your turn. Lets him talk for 10 seconds and then cuts him off. This is what the media is all about. We're going to have our perspective and nobody else's perspective. And then one last thing before I get out of here, even Hunter's attorney, look at what this fool said to basically try to brush all this off. Look at this.
This is what he had to say about the gun charges and about that plea deal falling apart.
Hunter had a gun for 11 days. It was never loaded. It was never used. There has never been a standalone gun charge like this brought by this office ever, and should they not be. They decided that it made sense to do a diversion because of Hunter's condition at the time.
Oh, so he only had it for 11 days. It wasn't even loaded. What about where it was disposed of? Wasn't it behind a school somewhere very close by, thrown in a trash can, and then the FBI came and retrieved it? Is that the proper way to dispose of a gun, right? We're just going to go throw it right behind a school? Is that what we're supposed to do with it? But no, we have to put syringes and all that in the biohazard thing, the little red container. Wouldn't you hate to have to unload those? I always think about that. If I'm ever at a doctor's office and I see those, like, dude, whoever has to touch it, I would hate to do that job. Or you could just throw it on the streets of San Francisco. That's another place to dispose of. So it was only 11 days. It was never loaded. You see how they try to cherry pick everything? And this is his attorney on live TV. This is what they say. These people are just corrupt to the core. Instead of going up there, and I know he has to be in his client's best interest, or the media just calling a spade a spade. Hey, he shouldn't have had it. He lied. He should have to do the time like everybody else. No, they can't do that because it's on their side. That's how it always works. Zero objectivity, and that's why nobody watches it. And by them cutting him off like that, everybody can see it. People that already knew, but this is a prime example once again.
The Hunter Biden story, the scandal, the this, the that, it's also the story of a father's love.
So you guys let me know. Do you guys think that you would have the same treatment as Hunter? Because if I lied on this form, they would have been all over me. But if you're Hunter, right, you can do it. It's not no big deal. He's such a great guy. All the wonderful things that he's done.
I probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than anyone that you know, I'm sure, Tracy.
So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you guys could please share so we can get the word out there. And I will catch you guys on the next one.